agreeing a compensation package. However, that could be a problem, with Cali tonight insisting they'll fight to retain Brewster's services. Craig Brewster's spell in charge at Inverness Cali Thistle seems to be coming to an end. After mulling over an official approach from Dundee United, Brewster today revealed he has now agreed to take over at Tannadice. He's accepted a 3.5-year deal and will join the Tangerines subject to a compensation package being thrashed out.
Sure, it's a risk. I think it was a risk for Cali Thistle to bring Craig Brewster up here 14 months ago. And I think the club have had a lot of plaudits, especially of late. And Eddie Thompson's obviously noticed that, and that's why he's offered me the job.
But compensation could yet prove a stumbling block, and Highland chairman David Sutherland had this message for his United counterpart Eddie Thompson.
At the end of the day, it comes down to a decision for Craig, and I suppose a side issue of that is whether the two clubs can agree compensation. But Mr Thompson, I'm not giving up my best asset without a fight, and I'm not giving up my best asset without adequate compensation for the influence and investment I've made in that young man.
While the compensation talks continue, Brewster says he's relishing the prospect of returning to his former club.
Quite a big club, and it's got great training facilities, great fan base, and I feel there's potential there. This club have done fantastic. These boys have been immense for me, and it'll be a sad day if I leave, but at the end of the day I think everybody knows in football, if you're successful in life you'll disappoint people. If you struggle in life you disappoint people, so sometimes you're in a no-win situation.
If, or more likely when, Brewster moves, will the Cali Jags call in the services of their former boss, John Robertson?
John Robertson's not even an issue. John moved on to Heart of Midlothian from us, and so far as I'm concerned, John is in our Hall of Fame as a former manager, and good luck to him.
Brewster's expected to take over at Tannadice early next week. However, he could be minus the services of United defender Mark Wilson. Wilson's understood to be on the verge of clinching a move to Celtic, and a deal could be done in the coming days. Appointed Inverness player boss Craig Brewster as their new manager. After intense negotiations, the clubs tonight finally agreed a compensation package, paving the way for Brewster to finally move to Tannadice. Craig Brewster and his assistant Malky Thompson took training as normal this morning. Yesterday, Brewster confirmed he'd agreed to become Dundee United's new manager, but the move was put on hold because the two clubs couldn't agree on a compensation package. That hurdle was overcome after a day of intense negotiations. It's now been formally confirmed that Brewster and his coaching team will be moving to Tayside. A legend as a player at the club, Brewster is set to be in the dugout for Sunday's Tannadice clash with Falkirk. Speaking before tonight's announcement, United skipper Paul Ritchie said he was looking forward to working with the new manager.
And at the end of the day, he's a Dundee United lad. He's still a fantastic football player, which is an added bonus if we do have the opportunity to work for him. And as I said, he'll hopefully bring him something to the club that it's maybe been missing, and that's not been having a go at anybody else. As I said, this football club at this moment in time is not doing as well as it should be, and the chairman feels it's time to maybe bring in Craig Brewster or somebody else. So as I said, whoever becomes a manager, we've just got to buckle down, work hard, and as I say, start performing and getting results for Dundee United Football Club.
Inverness are now looking to recruit their fourth manager in as many years. A host of names, including former boss Steve Patterson, Peter Heads, Ian Stewart, and more experienced candidates like Craig Brown and Archie Knox could be in the running. First team coaches Charlie Christie and John Docherty will take charge of the team for tomorrow's SPL visit of Livingston and Monday night's Scottish Cup trip to Ayr. Craig Brewster, who only held the Cali post for 14 months, is expected to be formally
Striker Craig Brewster has finally been given the green light to move from Inverness to Tannadice. He won't be officially unveiled until Monday and won't take the team for Sunday's game against Falkirk. The move follows weeks of speculation, days of negotiation and a Gleneagles summit between the club chairmen.
And so it turned out this was Craig Brewster's last training session with his Inverness team. The Highland club were desperate to hang on to their manager and his backroom staff, who they wanted to contract until 2009. But Brewster had made it clear he wanted to go back to his old club, but only if compensation could be agreed. Inverness would not let their man go lightly or cheaply. And it was left to United chairman Eddie Thompson to up the ante. This he did, and he finally got his man.
Brilliant. I think he's the boy that'll do it.
It's a good appointment, but still a bit early in his career. But I think the support of his cell and all the rest, which I'm very happy with that, yeah.
It's a very big job. I think you have to try and get players in.
And so the man who scored the goal to win the Scottish Cup for United more than 10 years ago returns to his former club as boss, the 5th manager of the club in 3 years.